This is Sherman and John. We're here with Caroline Sicard, Artistic Director for Cirque du Soleil Hoya at Vedanta World Riviera Maya. We're going to talk about this residency and all this visual spectacular has to offer. Ready to jump in?
Ready to jump in.
All right, and this is Insider Travel Report. Caroline, give us an overview of Hoya. What is the story about, and what kind of message are you trying to convey with this performance?
I think Hoya is a really great opportunity to leave the world behind, spend about 90 minutes to just pure magic, to be transported by the magic of theater. That's what we do here at Cirque du Soleil.
And tell us a little bit about the kind of story arc, who the character of Hoya is, and like what that performance is all about.
So the story of Hoya is based on a character named Hoya, and which is a teenage girl with her grandfather named Zelig. And there is a journey that she goes through. I don't want to reveal too much because you have to come and watch. But it's all this journey that brings her to inherit all of the knowledge that he has acquired in his life that he is passing on to her. It's a beautiful journey.
And you mentioned there's an homage to Mexican culture toward the end of the show. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
There is a painting at the end of the show that is revealed as an homage to Diego Rivera and the Mexican culture.
Tell us a little bit about the theater space itself. It was purpose-built for the Cirque du Soleil performances. What is the overall capacity, and what are some of the features of the theater space?
Yes, we have 650 seats. It was built in 2014 for the show to open, and it won an architectural award. It's a beautiful space, and it's important. Most of Cirque du Soleil shows, theaters are built for the performance, except of course the touring big tops. It's a different category, but there is a lot of positive aspect into building a theater specifically for a show.
And what are some of the considerations when trying to accommodate a Cirque du Soleil performance as opposed to some other performance?
All the technical elements. We use a lot of flying and special effects in the show, and that really allows for a custom-built experience that tailors to the story and the special effects that we want to give to the audience member.
And tell us a little bit about how you evolve the theater space, how it changes a little bit throughout the performance.
Absolutely. So since 2014 to now, it's still Hoya. It's still the main storyline. However, some acts evolve and change. Actually, if you're seeing the show tonight, you will see that one of our first act, the hoop diving, has just recently been revamped. So we have new costume, upgraded acrobatics, new makeup, new lighting. And so we love to be able to keep Hoya alive that way. Maybe you came 2 years ago, and now if you come again, you will see different acrobatics in the show.
How do you make those decisions in terms of making changes to the show? Is it just from watching it and having an idea about how to change it a little bit? Like, what's that process like?
Yeah, it's a team with Cirque that we make sure that we always want to push boundaries, right? And so if at one point we decide that we want to refresh a certain tableau, we can bring it to a next level. This is kind of how we go about it.
And there's a dinner component before the show, 3-course meal. You mentioned there's a little bit of a theatrical component to the meal as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a really great full experience to do the dinner show and the show afterwards. So during the show, the food, the culinary experience is great. The culinary experience is great, and the way that the food is presented is lovely. It's very artistic. There's a reveal of the food. It's definitely a treat.
And what kind of cuisine can guests expect from this kind of meal?
Yes, the cuisine, we have 3 main dishes to choose from. If also people have allergies, they can. We offer a different option. There's an entree, a beautiful dessert surprise. Yes, enough for everybody.
And tell us a little bit about the choreography. You mentioned some hoop diving originally, but How do the performers move through the space, engage with the audience? Are there any unique elements to this performance specifically?
Yeah, the way that the theater is built, there are some pause that you'll see when you watch the show. Sometimes the acrobat performs very close to the audience member, which is really great here at Hoya to be able to offer this. And the flights, sometimes they come very close.
And music plays such a crucial role in these Cirque du Soleil performances. How does live music in Hoya enhance the depth of the show?
Live music is very important, especially with acrobatics, because there's a lot of cueing happening. It would be very difficult to do a performance and just from a recording, because of the intricacy of what we do. We need to have a live band, and it just adds, right, that vibration.
And I'm sure there's an acoustic element to the theater as well that really brings in that live music as well.
Yeah, of course, the way it was designed, absolutely.
So some of the photos, we won't give too much away, but from a costume design standpoint, it's really impressive. There's a lot of intricate details. Some of the characters are wearing masks. Can you tell us a little bit about those fine details?
Yeah, we're very proud here at Hoya because we make all of our costume in-house. Actually, we will have the Cirque du Soleil designer come, and then we do the work here, which is very unique to us. We have about 200 costume pieces in the show. There's a lot of attention to detail with beading. It's the quality that we want to give our audience members.
And you have a lot to coordinate with this. You have 35 full-time performers, big, diverse international team. How do you maintain the level of coordination and precision required for such an elaborate production?
It's very important to rehearse.
They're rehearsing right now.
Exactly. The attention to detail, right? To make sure that we bring everyone together, all the departments. It's not just the artists, it's the show callers, all the technical elements and team backstage, carpentry, automation, rigging, lighting. It's very important for all of that to come together, and we need to nurture that on a daily basis. So,
and there's before the main Hoya performance begins, there's a musical pre-show. How does that serve as kind of a nice interlude for the performance that folks are about to see?
Yeah, I think as soon as you walk in the theater, there's a VIP experience that people can also have. It's a little pre-show there as well. And then it moves into the dinner setting. As soon as the dinner starts, there is a live band that is brought on stage, which is just a lovely way to have a meal with our wonderful musicians. And then at the end of all of this, then the show starts.
You mentioned the VIP experience. What does that entail as well?
The VIP experience is the preparation of a special drink. So I won't say more. Come and discover for yourselves.
We'll leave a little bit of element of surprise there. So for travel advisors looking to recommend Hoya to their clients, what kind of audience is this show best suited for? And what other tips do you have for when people come to enhance the overall experience?
Hoya is really good for any ages. Kids will love it because they are masked in the show and the characters, but as well as all of the acrobatic are absolutely mind-blowing. And I think the magic can touch everyone's hearts.
Is there anything else that visitors should know about this show and about this performance?
Come and visit us, find out for yourself, free yourself from the world, and come and have a magical experience here at the Vedanta Riviera Maya with Cirque du Soleil.
All right, Caroline, thank you so much for this amazing overview of Hoya. Really excited to see the performance live in action. And this is Insider Travel Report.